What's up, everybody? This is E-Dub, and this is my big, beautiful podcast. My big, beautiful podcast. We hope you stick around. This is the first episode of my big, beautiful podcast coming outside of my bedroom. Yes, I'm in my bedroom. Because people nowadays, they do podcasts from cars and basements. They do it from everywhere. Every cat, dog, mama, sister, brother, baby. He's got a podcast now. I mean, this is a podcast world. This is a podcast world. You know it. This is a podcast world. I mean, you ain't got a podcast now. Now, movies, they have their own podcast. TV shows have their own podcast. News stations have their own podcast. I mean, this is just a podcast world. I think this all started with Oprah Winfrey. Because Oprah was a heavy-set black woman from the South. Came on the scene and made a fortune. And I think people all over the world said, you know what? If Oprah can do it, if Oprah can do it, I can do it. I really believe that. In my opinion, personally, that all this was started because of Oprah. I really believe it. All of it. I believe I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it hadn't been for Oprah. Everybody wanted to be Oprah Winfrey in their own, in their own right. Well, this is my big, beautiful podcast, and we hope that you'll stick around. This is just the first episode. This is just a test episode. I want to talk about when you have a bad experience with someone, how do you deal with that? I mean, I'm talking about an encounter or situation or business situation or just not a positive experience. I mean, how do you deal with that? Do you run around and tell the world? Do you start posting negative things about them on Facebook? I mean, how do you deal with someone who you had a negative experience with? Because I had a negative encounter with someone I was doing business with, and it didn't go well. It started off well, but it didn't end up well. But you know what? I really just kind of kept it to myself. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't talk about it. I didn't post it on Facebook. I didn't spread no rumors. Just something that it's a bad experience I had with myself. Now, this doesn't say that the person is bad. It doesn't say that. It's just that everyone don't get along with everyone. It just doesn't work that way. And when you're doing business with people, sometimes people just don't see eye to eye. It doesn't mean that that person's wrong or I'm wrong. You just can't sometimes just see eye to eye. And that's just, know how things go. I mean, it's just really just natural. But you know what? But still, it's never, ever a reason, in my opinion, to have hard feelings, about someone. You shouldn't have hard feelings. I mean, it just happens. It's just life. And as you get older and get wiser, you realize that, that's just how things go. Everybody is not for everybody. I had an incident just yesterday where someone was talking about that person, just coincidentally. And you know what? I could have chimed in and said, I had a similar experience, et cetera, but I didn't. I didn't even share my experience. I just listened. All I did was listen. And listening, it just made me feel a little bit better about the decisions that I had to make, with this person. But I didn't share my feelings. I'm not talking about this person. I'm not bad mouthing this person. That's just not me. It's just not something that I would do. But I will listen. But I'm not gonna bad mouth you. But this is the big, beautiful podcast. And how do you deal with people that you've had a bad experience with? How do you deal with it? Do you just let it go? Does it bother you? And how do you deal with it? I'm at E-Dub, and this is my big, beautiful podcast. And I really want to know, how do you deal with people that you've had a negative experience with in the past? I mean, how do you move forward with that situation? My name is E-Dub, and this is my big, beautiful podcast. And we hope that you'll stick around for a whole lot more to come. I will see you again first thing in the morning. Tune in to my big, beautiful podcast. Deuces, y'all. Deuces.